All right, everyone, let's get started. So, we are going to do some trivia questions on the Americans with Disabilities Act. Uh, it was just the anniversary a couple days ago, and it's some important legislation regarding people with disabilities in America. So, we are going to open up with some multiple choice, true and false type questions. And I'd love for you guys to give some answers, see what you think. You can say them out loud or you can use the chat. And if you want to keep track of how well you did, you can mark what you've gotten right or wrong, and we'll just see how we can do, and hopefully we'll all learn a little something.
Hi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Adam. All right, let's get started. Okay, to start. Which of the following movies share an anniversary year with the Americans with Disabilities Act? So which of these movies or pairings of movies do you think came out in 1990? A, we have Home Alone and Dances with Wolves. For B, we have Total Recall and Ghost. Or C, do you think every one of these movies came out in 1990?
Hmm.
I think it's Ghost and Home Alone.
Okay, we've got a vote for A, Home Alone. Oh, you think Home Alone and Ghost? Well, they're paired, so it would be Home Alone and Dances with Wolves, or Total Recall and Ghost, or all of them. So if you think for sure Home Alone and Ghost, then I would go with C, all the above. What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely C.
C.
Okay, I'm hearing C. All these movies, 1990 movies. Have you guys seen any of them?
I did. I see the 2 out of the 4.
Nice. So now it's just thinking, when did they come out? I'm really bad with movie release years. Unless I can
Yeah, me too.
some other event that I know, then it's just really wildly guessing. And especially when it's like, for me, that was the year I was born, so I have no idea. You know? All right, so everyone got their guesses? Any other suggestions anyone want to put out there?
I actually don't really have much. Hmm.
What do you think, LJ?
I'm gonna go with all the above.
All the above. Okay, that seems like a popular answer. Let's find out. It is all the above. Good job, guys. So Home Alone, Dances with Wolves, Total Recall, and Ghosts all came out in 1990.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. Our next question is a true or false question. So true or false? According to the Americans with Disabilities Act, it's optional for employers to provide reasonable accommodations to people with disabilities. Do you think that's true or false?
Think it's true. I think
Nope,
false.
false.
True. It's true.
Okay, I'm hearing some trues, I'm hearing some falses. Split on this one.
I don't know.
Right, or employers to provide reasonable accommodations to people with disabilities.
I'm gonna guess true.
True, maybe. It's up to them whether or not they want to provide or have.
Okay.
True. Let's see.
I'm hearing a true from Journeys and Discoveries, a false from Friendship
I'm
House.
gonna, I'm gonna
Still
go for.
false. I believe Steven said false.
Yep, I did.
I'm going for. Yeah, for.
And Adam. Okay, let's see. It is false. Good job, guys. The ADA actually requires employers to provide reasonable accommodations to employees who have disabilities. So it's not an option, it's something they have to do, which is important, right? If you need something for your job, you need some kind of accommodation to make sure you can do that job better to the best of your ability, then they've got to help you with that. That's part of what makes the ADA great. All right, another true or false. The ADA applies only in cases of kindergarten or K through 12 education, but not college, graduate school, or vocational training. True or false?
It's true.
Well,
So if you say true, then you think the ADA only applies kindergarten through high school, or if you say false, do you think it applies in college, graduate school, or vocational training as well?
I think true.
yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing some both true and false in the chat. I'm hearing a lot of trues.
I'm gonna go with
Okay.
true on this one.
Yeah, me too. I
Okay,
think.
you guys think only K through 12 education? Let's find out. False. Good job, Dylan. Anyone else who said false?
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
The ADA actually applies to all of the above forms of education, as well as licensing tests, standardized tests, and more. So it's pretty expansive. It's not just your schooling from kindergarten through high school, but beyond that, the ADA can also help you.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's pretty great. All right, another true or false. The ADA does not apply to buildings built before the ADA was passed in 1990. True
Hmm.
or false? It doesn't apply to buildings built
False.
before.
I'm gonna say false.
False
False?
on me.
Well,
False for Jamie.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of false, but Adam's out there with a true. Anyone else want to put forward a guess? I'm seeing another false. Seems to be the popular answer. Let's see. False. Good job. So the ADA requires the removal of barriers to accessibility in older buildings unless removing a barrier is not readily achievable. So it still applies to buildings before 1990, unless it's really kind of impossible to alter that building, then it kind of will, unfortunately, get a pass for that. But anywhere that it can be accessible, it really does need to be, even if it's an older building. Great job, guys. Okay, we've got another true or false. Organizations that sponsor sports must provide a person who has a disability an equal opportunity to try out for and compete on teams. True or false?
It's true.
yep,
It's
true.
Definitely true.
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 Oh, good.
Well,
We are very confident on this one. True, 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 true. I love to hear it. All right, let's find out. Absolutely, you guys nailed
yes,
it.
I know it.
Of course we did.
Of course. Reasonable accommodations must be provided for athletes that have a disability, and if they're otherwise qualified to participate in a sport or activity in question, they have to provide those reasonable accommodations. Excellent. All right. Oh, and no worries about being late, PK. Glad you're here. And Steven, oh, absolutely. You're an amazing DJ, mixing great music and making sure people have a good time. Absolutely. We know that
Yep.
you're the best at what you do. Okay. Okay, we're back to some multiple choice here. So we've got a few things to go over. If a person with a vision impairment needs assistance at a doctor's office, they have a legally protected right under the ADA to ask for what? A, braille or large print materials. B, assistance filling out required forms. C, staff identifying themselves upon entering the room. D, orientation to a hospital room and the way to the nurse's station. Or E, any of the above.
It's D.
So if someone has a vision impairment,
E
they
for
can't see
Yankee.
that well, what could they ask for?
So, yep. I'm gonna have to go with E.
Hearing a lot of E's, any of the above.
Dang.
Yeah.
E for me.
E for you? Okay, it seems like the popular answer. Excellent. Any of the above.
I know it.
Killing it here. All of the examples are of accommodations that are perfectly viable to request for people with disabilities. Yeah, so if anyone, ever needs any of these things, they are absolutely a reasonable accommodation. Excellent. Some more multiple choice. Okay, which of the following is a possible accommodation under the ADA for a college or university student with a disability? So if you're in college, you have a disability, what could you ask for? A, additional time or a distraction-free alternate setting for tests. B, free tuition. C, no homework. D, the option to skip class, or E, all of the above. What could a college student with a disability ask for the ADA?
I'm thinking A. Yeah, A. A for
Okay,
Jane.
A
A
from
for me.
A from
Yep.
Dylan.
Yep. I agree. A.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of A's. Okay, good answer, guys. That's it. It is absolutely reasonable to ask for additional time or a distraction-free alternate setting for tests if you have a disability. Some people just need a little more time, and that's all right, or just somewhere that they can focus. And that's something that you can ask for in a college setting, and you should receive under the ADA. Unfortunately, we can't give out just free tuition, even though that'd be amazing. Everyone's
Oh,
still got
yep.
to do their
Yeah.
homework,
Oh my God. Boo.
and everyone's still got to go to class. So,
Oh man.
you're not getting, but the additional time and alternate setting, absolutely doable. Okay. We got another multiple choice here. A service animal is trained to do work or perform tasks for the benefit of an individual with a disability. Which type of animal is not an acceptable service animal option under the ADA? A, dog, B, pig, or C, miniature horse. One of these is
I
not
think
an
it's
acceptable.
A.
Which
Yep. Pig. Yep. Pig. Oink oink. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, book jump.
Okay. I'm hearing some pigs.
Yeah, B for
Yep,
Jane.
definitely some pigs.
Okay. Thinking B. Let's find out. You are correct.
Wow.
So, dogs are the only official animal listed in Title II and Title III. Pigs are not listed at all. They're not legally service animals under the ADA, but they can be emotional support animals for someone who needs that. And a miniature horse, funny enough, entities must make reasonable modifications and policies to allow a miniature horse if they have been trained to do work or perform tasks for people with disabilities. So if you've got a very special little mini horse that's trained to do the job, That can be allowed, but never a pig, and most people are going to go with the traditional dog. Okay. All right. This is a little bit of a math question. The ADA was signed into law in 1990, so we are celebrating its blank anniversary this year. How many years has it been since 1990?
Biggest 30th.
So is it the 21st anniversary, the 30th anniversary, or the 35th anniversary?
Day.
It came out in 1990, and we're in.
I'm gonna say B.
Okay, I'm hearing a B. I'm seeing a C in the chat.
B.
Okay. Any other answers, guys?
B for me.
B? All
Yep.
right. 2025 minus 1990. Let's see. We are celebrating the 35th anniversary this year. It's
Wow.
been 35 years.
Yeesh.
Of the green.
All right. Good job, everyone who did the math on that one.
That's my. Maybe it's just the exact science.
All right. The Americans with Disabilities Act includes protections for all kinds of disabilities. You name what these icons.
Healthy dog, wheelchair, and these two things here.
That's for first one's like sign language, the second one is internet, and third is service dog.
All right. I'm hearing some.
Yep, I think that's right.
You're right.
Anyone else want to throw anything out there? Probably seeing these symbols around. Okay, let's see if that was the right answer. So A is American Sign Language, the people who communicate through signing. B is a general sort of accessibility symbol. You'll see that a lot if it's certain things we'll see like parking spaces and things like that, or if there's like a ramp instead of stairs. But it doesn't have to mean someone in a wheelchair. It could just be a symbol for other accessibility options in general. And the C is a service dog, as we talked about before. So the dogs that will help people with disabilities that are trained, especially. Yeah. Good job, guys. All right, some more multiple choice. So the ADA is separated into sections called titles. How many titles are there in the ADA? How many different sections do you think
Yes,
are?
4.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna say 4.
Four?
Yep. Although I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could maybe take a guess on how many different kinds of topics you think might be relevant, but it's a little tricky.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I heard a couple fours. Any other guesses?
B for Jamie, number 2.
Okay, I'm hearing B, number 2. Anything else? I see an E, 5. All right, let us see. It is indeed E5. So Title I is about employment. Title II is about public services. Title III is about public accommodations. Title IV is about telecommunications. And 5 is miscellaneous. Anything that didn't fit in those other 4 categories gets put in Title V. So basically, it covers a lot of things: your employment, your jobs, schools, um, different, transportation, things that are put online, how to, safely get through buildings, just a lot of different things.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now we're down to the specifics here. We've said a lot that it came out in 1990, but what day and month do we celebrate the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act? What day was it signed actually on? Is it A, July 4th,
I think it's July, I think it's August 1st.
June 26th, C, May 11th,
E for
D,
Jamie.
August 1st, or E, July 26th? What do we think?
E for J&D.
Okay. J&D says B.
I think E. Although, yeah, I could be wrong. I don't know.
All right. Steven's putting forth a guess for E, July 26th.
July 26th. Oh, yeah.
I see a couple more E's in the chat. Another B.
You guys know.
Tricky. Well, a good hint is that we're doing this today in July, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So let's see. July 26th. E.
Yes, I know it.
Excellent job. So it was July 26, 1990 when it was signed. So every July we celebrate kind of all month, but the 26th is the actual anniversary date.
Ooh, wow, didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. And then a little bit more about when it was signed. What president signed the ADA into law? Was it A, George H.W. Bush? So that's the senior, the older one. B, Barack Obama, or C, Bill Clinton?
I think it's Obama.
B.
Big Kevin.
And a little hint will be they had to be in office in 1990.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah, hey.
A for J&D.
Yep,
Okay.
I think A.
A for J&D.
J&D says A, Stephen agrees,
Hey.
Adam agrees. Okay, let's find out. Excellent.
A.
Oh,
George.
our A's came in as well. Good job. George H.W. Bush was the president who signed the ADA into law.
Yeah.
Can't you guys? All right. More multiple choice here. Advocacy led to the creation of the ADA. That's one reason why we say all the time that advocacy works. That's how this law got made. So in what country did the self-advocacy movement start? It wasn't always around. Where did it start? A, right here in the US.
I think it's Sweden.
In France. C, the UK. D, in Sweden. Or E, Brazil. What do we think?
A for J&D.
J&D says A. LJ agrees.
Um, I'm gonna say A.
A. I thought I heard a Sweden in there somewhere before.
Hmm.
What you thinking, Adam?
Yeah, hey.
A. Dylan is going with D, Sweden. Anyone else have another guess? All right, let's see. Did it start here or elsewhere? It wasn't.
Joe, you're right.
That was my Kevin.
Excellent. Whoever put that out
Hey,
there.
Joe, you're right.
Excellent job.
not.
Kevin, Joe got it right.
So the self-advocacy
Sweden.
movement can be traced to Sweden in the late
Joe,
1960s
you got it right.
with intellectual developmental disabilities were supported to create and lead their own leisure clubs. So we can thank Sweden for kind of getting the ball rolling, and it's a whole worldwide thing now. All right. I think this is the last one. True or false? Employers cannot ask medical or disability related questions on a job application or interview. True or false?
I think it's true.
Okay, here
True.
friendship house.
True.
Yep, true.
Okay. We're in agreement with folks. Seeing a lot of trues. All right, well, let's find out. You're correct.
It's true, Joe.
True. So the exception is a government
That's right, Joe. It is true.
A government agency can ask an applicant to voluntarily disclose a disability for affirmative action purposes. So if telling a government agency about your disability helps you potentially land the job, then that's a case where you might want to say something, but you do not have to. You don't have to disclose your medical history or your disability history if you don't want to. All right. So if anyone was keeping track, how did you do?
Good. I think.
Good.
Good. Yeah, it sounded pretty good. There was a few curveballs in there, but I think that
Pretty good.
there's a lot of right answers.
Yeah, I think we did good.